Hello, elves. It's Helen Keegan here. I spoke to you, 2 or 3 months ago now, at the start of your project about mobile phone filmmaking, and I was showing you some of the films that my own students have made. And I'd just like to say congratulations because I've been watching your films, and it's really excellent, some really excellent work there. I enjoyed reading the blogs very much indeed. Yes, some very interesting reflections on there, really honest reflections, which is important. Um, I've actually got some notes. Da, 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 right, okay, so the 5 films. I'm just going to talk about each one very, very quickly, and then just give you some final reflections. In possibly the wrong order, yes, the wrong order. I'm going to start with Team Fruit Salad, Afternoon of the Living Zombies. Now, this is really quirky. I kind of like this. I really like the paper bags. They gave it a very quirky feel, but the zombie noises were actually pretty scary. So it was quite good, that kind of conflict there, this kind of jokey visual. But if you close your eyes, it's actually quite chilling. So I thought that was really good. Very sort of scary, spoof type feel there. The A Team. One of the great things about this, I think, was that it was the real sense of slapstick, and I thought the choice of music here was brilliant. Really, really kind of perfect for the feel of the film. And again, the use of the captions and subtitles of the film I thought was very clever, and it kind of added to this comedy feel. So yeah, very much kind of slapstick vibe to that one, which I thought was pretty cool. Team Chuck Norris with Catching Papers. Now this was quite surreal, sort of the dreamlike sequence. I really like the underwater shots. There's quite a bit of tension there, and it felt like somebody was drowning, so it's quite chilling. As was the very short clip where the girl just said, "Drink this." I thought that was pretty scary. I like that. The I Squad, Hardcore Parkour. Yes, right. Really like this. Very kind of real sense of urgency and panic. Very good choice of soundtrack again. And then just little touches like the still on the corridor floor, don't run, skip. That was great. But yeah, loads of energy. And then finally, Team Jeffrey, Lost Mechanic. Now this had a real kind of dark, narrative, dark feel to it. Great choice of music again. And I think what you did absolutely brilliantly here was to tell a story very, very quickly, and that's possibly the art, or one of the facets of the art of mobile phone filmmaking. And I think you did that really, really well. Really powerful example there. But no, thoroughly enjoyed watching all of the films. They all had a very definite feel, a unique feel. Nice contrast between the films. It was very interesting reading the blogs, because it highlighted the difficulties, in the project and making films that kind of work together. And I thought you did really well, because that's an extremely hard thing to do. It's hard enough to work together within a small group, let alone as groups within a group. And it was, it was great to read your honest reflections about some of the sort of difficulties and frustrations with the process, whether it was communicating within the groups or working with the technologies. I know that Team Fruit Salad, you did express, your difficulties and frustrations about the group, but it did come together in the end, which is what tends to happen, so stick in there. The A Team, so you said some really interesting stuff about the constraints and how you actually appreciated the constraints because it stopped you going around in circles, although I think other groups did mention that as well. But that was something that was, that's really interesting, I think, I know for me as a lecturer, and I'm guessing for the teaching staff that work with you as well. It's one of the things that we struggle with. How much control do we need to have, and what happens when we don't give our students any constraints. And so it's really interesting to hear your thoughts on that, because it doesn't necessarily make things easier for you, does it? Yeah, Team Chuck Norris said some interesting things about the whole idea about you felt that you were thinking too much at first, and in reality it was best just to keep it simple. And again, I think you've hit on something really important there about mobile phone filmmaking. So yeah, this idea of, you know, keeping things simple, having sort of one good idea and sticking to that idea can be very, very effective. And again, that kind of mirrors Team Jeffrey's achievement in telling the story really, really quickly. But yeah, overall, absolutely fantastic set of videos. I've really enjoyed watching them. And alongside your blog-based reflections and the video log reflections as well, I think you've come up with a fantastic project. Lots of good work there. So well done. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.